I did. It was some of my earliest memories. I remember dancing in front of my entire family, doing impersonations. I remember going up in front of class if there was an extra 10 minutes and, doing kind of.
Imagine a young boy in Los Angeles, raised by a struggling single mother, wandering the rough streets yet dreaming of Hollywood's golden lights. That boy would grow up to become one of the most acclaimed actors of our time, a man whose talent rivals legends and whose personal life has fueled countless headlines. But how did Leonardo DiCaprio rise from near poverty to the pinnacle of fame? And what secrets lie beneath the surface of his glittering career? Leonardo Wilhelm DiCaprio was born on November 11, 1974, in Los Angeles, to George DiCaprio, a comic book writer and distributor, and Ermeline, a legal secretary. When he was just a year old, his parents divorced. Raised mostly by his mother, Leo spent much of his early life in a low-income neighborhood known for crime and drug problems. Yet, instead of dragging him down, the environment gave him a raw understanding of life, a depth that would later fuel his acting. His mother's tireless support became his foundation, often taking him to auditions by bus, even when money was painfully tight. Leo's breakthrough came in 1993 when he co-starred in This Boy's Life, alongside Robert De Niro and Ellen Adams. His career began humbly: commercials, educational films, and bit parts in TV shows like Growing Pains. But his first real breakthrough came in 1993 with This Boy's Life, starring opposite Robert De Niro. Just months later, his haunting performance as a mentally challenged boy in What's Eating Gilbert Grape earned him his first Oscar nomination at only 19. Overnight, Leonardo wasn't just another Hollywood hopeful. He was the kid who could act circles around veterans. We all know Titanic made him a superstar. How did it change his life? When Titanic hit theaters in 1997, it didn't just break box office records. It turned Leonardo into the most desired man on earth. Crowds followed him everywhere. Tabloids couldn't get enough. But for Leo, the sudden heartthrob status was overwhelming. He famously avoided roles that would simply exploit his looks, choosing instead gritty, unconventional characters in films like The Beach and Gangs of New York. It was a conscious decision. He wanted longevity, not just a fleeting moment of fame.
DiCaprio's romantic history is legendary. Supermodels, actresses, and high-profile personalities. But while the media obsesses over his relationships, Leo himself remains intensely private. Friends say he's a loyal companion, but fiercely guards his independence. Perhaps that's why, despite decades in the spotlight, he has never married. To him, relationships are deeply personal, not PR material. Incredibly committed. In 1998, long before climate change was a global buzzword, Leonardo founded the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation, focusing on global warming, biodiversity, and ocean conservation. He's donated millions, spoken at the United Nations, and even used his Oscar acceptance speech for The Revenant to call for urgent environmental action. For Leonardo, fame is a tool, and saving the planet is his ultimate role.
Absolutely. Despite his talent, Leonardo faced a frustrating 22-year wait between his first Oscar nomination and his first win in 2016. Critics teased him for being the man who couldn't win. Behind the scenes, he battled exhaustion, intense media scrutiny, and the pressure to constantly reinvent himself. Yet each setback only sharpened his determination. His victory for The Revenant was more than a trophy. It was the closing of a long, hard-fought chapter. Beyond the fame, who is Leonardo DiCaprio? He's a man of contradictions, private yet outspoken, glamorous yet grounded. Offset, he spends time with lifelong friends, often disappearing from Hollywood for weeks to travel or work on environmental projects. While many actors fade after their prime, Leonardo continues to choose bold, challenging roles, ensuring his legacy is not just about fame, but about artistry.
Leonardo DiCaprio's story is one of grit, talent, and a refusal to be defined by other people's expectations. From a small boy with big dreams to an Oscar-winning legend and global activist, his journey proves that true stardom isn't about headlines. It's about leaving a mark that lasts long after the curtain falls.